You're listening to the Jefferson Exchange. I'm Mike Green. According to the state of California health data, more than 2 million children live in households that struggle with food insecurity. National trends show a stark nutritional gap. Half of all children between the ages of 1 and 5 do not eat a daily vegetable, and 1 in 3 do not eat a daily fruit. But there's hope for improving healthy eating in kids. In Northern California, a unique pilot initiative is working to change these dire statistics by connecting California's youngest residents to fresh, locally grown food. The Shasta County Farm to Family Childcare Project is an innovative program that delivers organic, farm-fresh produce directly to licensed family childcare homes, combining healthy food access with hands-on nutrition education for children ages 0 to 5. Joining the exchange to help us learn more is Janessa Hartmann. She's the Community Nutrition and Health Advisor for the University of California Cooperative Extension, serving Shasta, Trinity, and Tehama counties. She also chairs the Healthy Shasta Collaboration and brings a background in environmental engineering, project management, and Peace Corps service to her work in community health. Janessa, welcome to the exchange.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me.
So let's start with the popular farm-to-school programs that are becoming more common in K-12 school districts. Tell me about those and why this project is going a step further to focus on infants and toddlers.
So farm-to-school initiatives have been around for a long time. The state of California is a leader in this, thanks to funding through the California Department of Food and Ag. Locally, we have several different farm-to-school projects. This project that we're here to talk about today focuses on that 0 to 5 population, so the little kids before they get to school.
So why is this early age so critical?
So you mentioned it at the intro that nationally, we know that young children don't consume the recommended amounts of fruits and vegetables. Additionally, we also know that early years are when children are developing their food preferences and their eating habits and their eating patterns. So anyone who has little kids, we know that they can be hesitant to try new foods. Rather than saying, hey, you need to eat this, we're trying to do this project to create a positive opportunity to explore food, touch it, smell it, learn about it, grow it, and taste it. And that's really what we're working here, is to establish those lifelong patterns.
And what kinds of foods are we talking about?
So this project focused on fruits and vegetables, and we tested 12 different ones, but we purchased over 24. Things like broccoli, spinach, watermelon, cantaloupe, persimmons, sweet potato, pluots, you name it. If we could purchase it, we did.
So tell me, what specific hurdles do family childcare providers face compared to their larger preschools or centers?
It's a couple of different things. One, we recognize that family childcare providers, they they don't really have access to the same resources and finances as childcare centers do. They often are smaller, so they're capped usually at 14 kiddos. At the same time, in our area in rural Northern California, it's a key place for families to send their kids. I myself sent both of my children through family childcare. We also recognize that these are key places that these providers help shape children's food experiences and environments. It's what the foods that they're exposed to from morning to late pickup. And so they have this unique opportunity to help shape the relationship with food that, again, will last with them for a lifetime.
So, how available are these family childcare providers?
Availability, like in accessing them for sending children to childcare.
Yes.
So in Shasta County, we have about 1,200 family childcare centers licensed. This project focused on 12. It's childcare has been a struggle. We know that the 0 to 5 population, especially coming out of COVID, it's been a struggle to find licensed childcare providers. It's a tough job. It's a tough job to do to raise kids. So it's hard, but it's available. And this project was through First Five Shasta in our community, and they really do a great job connecting family to resources in Shasta County. So it's out there, but you got to look for it.
Well, you mentioned First Five. Your initiative is a multi-agency effort. Can you walk us through how this project came together and who the core partners are?
Yeah, great question. So as I mentioned, this grant was funded through CDFA, California Department of Food and Ag. It was funded to First Five Shasta. So my partner, Jackie at First Five. Her and I work at Healthy Shasta Collaborative together. So we work together in normal day, and this project opportunity came up. We developed it. And then we also reached out to Shasta College. And so we worked with students as interns to help facilitate the education to the childcare providers.
Now, I know that getting fresh produce from regional farms into dozens of individual childcare homes seems like a logistical challenge. How does the supply chain work, and how are you supporting local agriculture in the process?
That's a really good question. So this project is a 2-year effort, and today I'm just talking about our first year. So the effort that we did in 2025, and in 2025, we worked with a man named Steve Westaby, and he runs Happy Valley Fresh. It's a food aggregator, so he collects produce from different farms around the region. And that was his job in this project. So we would order the produce, he would pick up the produce, and then he delivered it. We did this 2 different ways. The first was that he delivered it to Shasta College, and our college interns delivered it directly to the providers, the family care providers. And then we also tried it where he himself delivered it to the child care providers. But logistics is one of the challenging pieces of the puzzle.
Now, you mentioned that you have students, and that's part of this hands-on education program, I assume.
Correct. So we trained 3 different Shasta College students, and they worked directly in the family child cares centers. So we trained them with about 12 hours, and they learned the curriculum. They learned the mechanism of how to deliver it. They were serve safe trained, which meant that they could safely cut up the produce, clean the produce, and serve the produce. And then they had additional 54 total hours of worksite learning. It was a really unique opportunity because they were paid to do the work, they were able to receive class credit to do the work, and they gained this hands-on experience in actually going into family childcares where some of them were actually hoping to go career-wise. And so they were able to work with the children. They were able to develop professional skills, communication skills, flexibility. It's always an important one. And hopefully we're at this place where we're training the next generation of educators.
My guest is Janessa Hartmann. She leads a farm-to-family childcare pilot program in Northern California, and she's the Community Nutrition and Health Advisor for the University of California Cooperative Extension, which serves Shasta, Trinity, and Tehama counties. Now, Janessa, you've collected feedback from the parents of, I believe, 132 children who participated in the first 2 rounds of this pilot project. Uh, what changes are families seeing at home?
That's a really good question. So we have a couple different really encouraging results. The first is that, as I mentioned in the beginning, we tested 12 different fruits and vegetables. And when we did that, 92% of the children tried that feature fruit or vegetable, and 77% of them said that they would eat it again. What's even more exciting to the point that you just made was that we surveyed parents, and those that responded indicated that 83% said they noticed their child at home willingness to try new fruits and vegetables. That 94% of those children were talking about fruits and vegetables at home. And I think what is a really cool stat is that of these families that we surveyed, 71% of these families said that they had made a change or planned to make a change on the way that they shop, cook, or eat. So that this project extends beyond just the family childcare homes into families' homes is really encouraging.
And how do you approach recipes and cooking styles?
So that we offered up ideas. So we provided recipe cards and newsletters both to the childcare providers and to the families. However, when it came to childcare providers, they know what they're doing. We are providing them the tools; they make the magic happen. For families, they asked and we provided recipes, but we didn't get the opportunity to follow back up with them after the fact to see what they were making.
Well, I know not every pilot program goes perfectly, so um, public radio listeners will appreciate hearing about the learning curves. You tried to give families $25 gift cards to local farmers markets, right?
Yes, correct. So one of the aspects of this project was that at the completion of the 6 week nutrition education, each family received a swag bag, and in that swag bag was a book, a recipe book, a My Plate, which helps kiddos eat their foods, and some tips, and also a $25 gift card to our Shasta Growers Association Farmers Market. They received $25. Our childcare providers received $50, and so did our interns. And it was about $3,400 that were offered up to the community, and we saw some response, but it was about a 50% response rate. It wasn't as great as we thought it would be, and it's just one of those pieces of the puzzle that it's hard sometimes to make the system connect after the grant goes away.
What did you learn from that experience?
We wanted to give the opportunity for families to have the autonomy to purchase the fruits and vegetables so they choose instead of receiving what we purchased. What we learned is that some families really appreciate it, and we had some families reach out after the fact that told us how much they appreciated it. The second piece that I didn't mention was that we tried to tie them into the farmers market, so an existing system. It happened, but we at this point we're trying to go a different way, and that this round we're hoping to do more connecting to a different farmer, creating a different system. So it didn't work as well as we'd hoped, and so we're piloting a different experience this year.
Okay, so you said this round. Tell me about the rounds.
Yeah, so we in 2025 we did 6 weeks with six providers, and then we did in the summer and we did it in the fall. And this year we are working with just nine of the original providers, and we're working with a new food aggregator named Providence International. And so at this point, we've pulled away the intern and we're looking at can the providers continue the nutrition education themselves? Can they incorporate the fruits and vegetables without the resources being provided on a weekly basis? And can we build that connection piece between the childcare provider and someone that lives and works in Anderson, California? So we're really exploring the question is what happens after the grant fund ends? Can we make this sustainable?
Well, I was just thinking about that. How does California's recent permanent funding of the state's farm to school program change the outlook for projects like yours?
It's for me, it's a very exciting opportunity. So we're no longer doing this cycle by cycle. Is it going to be funded this year? Originally, the farm to school funding was happening every 2 years. Now we'll have consistent funding every year. It really makes the opportunity for permanency. So the opportunity to explore different projects and see how it works and tie things from year to year. We're incredibly fortunate that we have this.
So, looking ahead, what's the ultimate goal for the Farm to Family initiative?
The Really, the ultimate goal is to start young. We know that healthy eating doesn't happen when we become adults. We recognize it happens, little steps along the way. So if we can start with the environment, these family childcare homes, if we can create that for children, we know that we can have success, that we can bring together the childcare providers, their families, their kiddos, education, and farmers. We can make healthy food a pivotal piece of our community. I'm really excited about it. I think that we can support our local food system, that we can create this next generation of kiddos that are eating persimmons and spinach and sweet potatoes. It's a unique opportunity, and we're doing really well.
Okay, if you can get those kids to eat persimmons and broccoli and spinach, I, I definitely want to know your secret. Um, how many kids do you want to serve over the next 5 years or so?
Oh, as many as we can. We're looking at scalability. I think this funding is ending, and we're already having conversations on how can we scale this up? How can we explore to more family childcares in our area? It's the childcare providers that they are excited and interested in this, and that's the key. It's just a matter of figuring out how we can scale up the work.
Okay, so if there are family childcare providers or parents that are interested in learning more, how can they get in touch?
Most of the family childcare providers in Shasta County know First Five Shasta. I would start there. It's a known organization in our community. Jackie works there. She can connect us, and we can start to explore our next steps.
When you say Jackie, who is Jackie?
I'm sorry, Jackie Scott, the grants coordinator at First Five Shasta.
Okay, well, we really appreciate the work that you're doing, but we're running out of time. So thank you very much, Janessa.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.